Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the most iconic yet controversial game series to ever exist. People either absolutely love the series to death, or they look at the whole franchise as just one big joke. Personally, I fall somewhere in the middle. But my favorite thing about Sonic isn't from what he offered in terms of gameplay or story, but for something else. All of the life lessons he taught us. And I'm not talking about the blatantly obvious PSAs from the Sonic cartoon in the 90s.
But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
But the life lessons that were secretly taught to us. If you don't know what the heck I'm even talking about, allow me to explain. After the infamous video game crash of 1983, the future of video games seemed very bleak, until a certain Italian plumber rose up from the ashes and practically single-handedly saved the entire gaming industry. For the longest time, no one was able to stand toe-to-toe with Mario. Sure, a ton of memorable and beloved characters were created, but none dared to even challenge the champion status that Mario was holding. That was until June 23rd, 1991, when a certain blue hedgehog made his way onto the scene. Sonic was fast, he was cool, and he wasn't afraid to challenge the top dog. Just because Mario was doing amazingly well doesn't mean that he should have been the only one to get an overwhelmingly amount of notoriety and love. Sonic was willing to compete with Mario. Not only that, but for a while, he was actually beating him. Life lesson number 1, no matter how much the odds seem to be stacked against you, don't let that get in the way of doing what you want. Don't be afraid to challenge what's normally accepted. You never know how great things may turn out. Sonic the Hedgehog now had an established fan base. He was on the same popularity level as Mario. What shortly followed was a phase where everyone saw the success of Sonic and tried to emulate and capitalize on it. Anthropomorphic animal characters were showing up everywhere. You see, hedgehogs aren't exactly the coolest looking animal. They're definitely adorable, but not exactly cool. They also are not able to roll around at the speed of sound, but for Sonic, those things were possible. This started a very noticeable trend. Take an animal, stylize them in a way that makes them look cool, and then give them some type of special ability. These characters were everywhere, and very possibly influenced by the success of Sonic the Hedgehog. Life lesson number 2, be the change you want to see in the world. When you do something that's phenomenal, that doesn't go unnoticed. People recognize that, and you slowly start to become a role model of sorts. You're someone people look up to. Sonic indirectly played a part in the creation of so many characters. It was all bright and blue skies for our little hedgehog and his friends, but in the distance, a dark cloud slowly started to make its way towards the series. Allow me to say one thing. I don't have a problem with any Sonic the Hedgehog game in the slightest. Sonic 06, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Boom. I know that there's a lot of people out there who like these games, so who am I to judge and label them as being bad? A lot of them strayed from the formula and tried something new, be it the plot, gameplay, atmosphere, whatever. Sonic tried to be the same revolutionary and groundbreaking character that he was in the 16-bit era, and tried to recapture that same feeling in the next generation of gaming. But as we can see, no luck. Life lesson number 3, the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Everyone has their downfalls. Everyone. People can go from loving you to hating you in the blink of an eye. It's cruel, it's unusual, and it sucks. To this day, Sonic the Hedgehog still isn't having the easiest of times. Sonic Boom was said to be the big reboot that was going to reignite the franchise, but instead has easily become one of the biggest laughingstocks on the internet. Sonic and his friends are always the butt end of everyone's bad video game jokes. Everything from Knuckles skips leg day to Sonic. Everyone just loves to target the blue hedgehog. People have even gone as far as to say Sonic should just give up. Stop having games be made. But through all of the hate and discouragement, it doesn't faze them. Sonic has created a huge fan base. So many people love almost everything the blue hedgehog has appeared in. This doesn't make them a fanboy or nostalgia blind. It means that when it comes to Sonic and his friends, the people aren't playing a game. they're experiencing it. For some, seeing Sonic is like seeing a friend. You just enjoy their company. He's also in games with Mario now, his former rival. What else does Sonic have to prove? Think of it like this. Do you care about the opinion of every single person you've met in your life? What they think of you? Whether or not they think you're cool? Or do you strictly care about the people close to you? The ones who actually have an undying love for your well-being? The final and most important life lesson that Sonic has taught us is that you shouldn't let the influence of the outside world shut out your own inner voice. There are so many people out there that love you, people who have a newfound respect for you. That's all anyone really needs in their lives. There's no logical reason to try and impress every single person out there. If you don't like Sonic, Sonic doesn't care. He's surrounded by people who love him, and that's all he wants. In short, Sonic has taught us that it's okay to challenge things and take risks. In doing so, you become a role model and inspiration for people. You're definitely going to have those days where it feels like the whole world is against you. But as long as you're surrounded with people who love you, who cares what the world thinks about you? That's just my opinion though. I'm neither a Sonic fan nor a Sonic hater. But when something gets an overwhelmingly amount of hatred, then that's no good. If there's something that I left out that you really enjoyed from Sonic the Hedgehog, then let me know by leaving a comment below. I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts. Until next time, see you later.